Please be seated. Good evening and welcome back to the class of 2020. My name is Bridget Gorman. I am the Dean of Undergraduates at Rice University, and I'm so excited to welcome you all back to campus. Tonight's bachelor's commencement is one part of Rice University's 107th commencement, and this evening we will focus on the accomplishments of the class of 2020. In the history of Rice commencement ceremonies, tonight is unique as it represents both a reunion and celebration. As much as commencement ceremonies are always joyous events, coming together and seeing each of you is all the more lovely because of the time apart. We are here this evening to recognize your academic achievements during your time with us, as well as your growth as leaders, collaborators, and informed and engaged citizens of the world. Tonight also provides a moment to gather together as we say goodbye to your class and a final moment of recognition and celebration of your collective Rice undergraduate experience. This is also a time when we remember those from this graduating class who passed away. I would ask all of you to rise, if you are able, to pause for a moment of silent meditation in honor of Andrew Manius, who is not here to join us tonight. Thank you. Please be seated. Our first speaker this evening is Emma Hannon. Emma was chosen for this honor by a committee of students on the basis of a proposal and presentation. Emma is a proud member of Baker College. Emma studied economics and history with a minor in business while at Rice, and she is currently working as a management consultant for Deloitte in Houston. Please help me welcome Emma Hannon.
I am very honored to be speaking on behalf of my peers today and so proud of what we have accomplished to finally be here together. The past year has brought great difficulty to so many. In light of the many losses and hardships we have experienced, most of them while isolated from friends and family, I am so thankful we have the ability to gather today and reflect on our collective experience at Rice, celebrating our accomplishments and at last giving our final farewell to the places and people we called home for 4 years. Days like today are often called momentous occasions. I like the phrase momentous occasion because I think it really captures the essence of this ceremony. We are not here to celebrate a single achievement, but rather to celebrate and honor an experience made up of millions of moments. Nobel Prize winner Daniel Kahneman suggested that each day has 20,000 moments, yet only a few of these pass into memory. The nature of moments is that we don't get to choose which ones we take with us. Moments, especially at a rigorous institution like Rice, are thrown at us constantly. Most drift away, but some are thrust upon us with a force that leaves a permanent mark on our minds and our hearts. Most of these moments are private. Many of the memories from our 4 years at Rice fall into this category. The moment we hugged our parents goodbye before a week. The moment we said hello to the person who would become our best friend. The moment we chose a major, perhaps the moment we realized we should change majors. The moment a professor introduced us to a topic that sparked our future thesis. The moment we fell in love. The moment we fell apart, and the moment we learned to put ourselves back together again. Our time at Rice was built on these private moments, and indeed graduates of years past likely shared similar ones. However, aside from these private moments, there are also shared moments which are felt by whole communities. The class of 2020 is unique in our plethora of these. Sitting in pub waiting for the 2016 election results, a moment. Holding a friend whose home was destroyed by Hurricane Harvey, a moment. Hearing the announcement for the Rice investment, which substantially expanded financial accessibility to students, a moment. Learning of the creation for the Center for African and African American Studies after years of student advocacy, a moment. Reading an email and realizing all at once that our senior year had ended in the face of a global pandemic, a moment. These moments are not private to us, they are shared with the world. When I think about these moments, what I remember most is the people around me, all of you. I remember your selflessness in volunteering to help professors and community members repair their flooded homes. I remember your courage in voicing your opinions when our college governments were asked how to respond to travel bans and threats to DACA. I remember your outrage when the portion of the Berlin Wall on campus was defaced. I remember your patience as professors adapted to virtual learning and your resilience as we celebrated major milestones many miles apart. History will remember these events, but I will remember how you responded to them. I consider myself extremely lucky to call myself a member of the Rice class of 2020. Learning beside you has shown me that wisdom comes from many sources and in many different forms. Together we learn to brave the cold during exams in Hertzstein Amphitheater, the camaraderie that comes from staking SAT 310, the spirit of competition during Wednesday pub trivia, the sense of loss at the end of schedule planner, and the immense pride of a completed showcase or final review. Most importantly, how important good conversation is at mealtimes to distract from impending essays and problem sets. All of these experiences, however big or small, have taught us little things about ourselves and each other. I will and do miss struggling next to you, laughing with you, and making memories together. Before I close, I would like to say, to our professors and the faculty at Rice, thank you for creating opportunities for us to discover ourselves and the world. I have always felt challenged here, yet never doubted that I would have the support I needed to succeed. Thank you for sharing your research with us, for asking us questions, and for showing us there's no limit to what we can achieve with curiosity, passion, and cooperation. To our loved ones in the audience here and virtually, thank you for your support and encouragement, both before we entered the Sallyport and now. The lessons you taught us and the love you gave helped us to get to where we are today, and our success is shared with you. To my fellow members of the class of 2020, while I know I do not get to choose which moments will stay with me, I know this one will. As we walk out of the stadium tonight, let us remember the moment, not as the end to what we have achieved here, but as the beginning to where our achievements will lead. Go Owls!
Emma, thank you for that wonderful speech. We will now hear from the past president of the Undergraduate Student Association, Grace Wickerson. Grace is from Florida and studied materials science and nanoengineering while at Rice. Grace is a proud member of Brown College. During their senior year, Grace served as the 2019 to 2020 Student Association president, working closely with students, staff, faculty, and others on undergraduate priorities. Grace is currently a PhD student and National Science Foundation Graduate Fellow at Northwestern University. Please help me welcome past Undergraduate Student Association President, Grace Wickerson.
Hello, Rice University class of 2020. It's so good to be with many of you today. When I sat down to write this speech, I will honestly say I grappled with the message that I wanted to share. The traditional graduation speech felt insincere, as we've already started navigating the waters of adulthood and felt the precarity of being young in the professional world. The abruptness of us ending our college careers and entering the real world, apart from our established communities, still feels raw, like a chapter left unfinished, with the next chapter having already started. So I've decided to make this more personal. I hope that through the processing of my experiences this past year, I have found some wisdom to share with you. Disruption is unsettling. It is a forced pause where you start to see your reality for what it is beyond the blinders of the day-to-day. When COVID-19 surged, what I saw was an unsustainable system, sitting on foundations of vast inequity. And ignorantly, I was upholding these inequities every day. It became clear that something needed to change, but the idea of starting on this path of reimagining made me feel alone, exhausted, and scared. I was entirely unprepared. Taking a look back at the person who left Rice last March, I see someone who cared so much about the world around them that they left little care for themselves. I was terrified of pausing, resting, feeling like if I wasn't actively doing something productive, I was wasting my time. Because I had projects that needed to be completed, meetings to attend, classes to succeed in. The world wasn't going to stop so I could rest. There was too much at stake. There were moments when I was with friends but couldn't stop checking my phone, thinking at any moment someone would need me and I would drop everything. And I know I tied a lot of worth to my work, feeling the highest highs when I was successful and the lowest lows when I hit a roadblock or failed. So when everything stopped, I felt like I had lost myself. Who was I when I wasn't working? I now know that I was someone completely out of balance. The path of complete and total dedication to work at any cost was deeply unsustainable, which is the nature of the undergraduate experience. We are working every day in the pursuit of achievement, a high exam grade, a leadership position, a fellowship, a job, with rest as an afterthought. I was successful, and yet I was deeply unfulfilled. I had to accept that I loved my work, knew it was meaningful and would make a difference in people's lives, but I was too burned out to find joy in it anymore. In failing to pause, I had no space to reflect on where I was now, how I was feeling, and what I actually wanted. I had to teach myself how to reconnect, to pause and check in rather than trudge on, to acknowledge when I needed to rest and to recognize when an email, a text, unfinished work could wait, to choose to rejuvenate relationships that had taken the back burner, and also to realize which relationships I had to let go. I allowed my expectations of myself to be more flexible. This process has not been easy, but I find myself checking in more than I ever have before. And I realized that I had been pursuing a singular goal, an academic career, without stopping to ask if there was something else that I wanted. I was so lucky to be where I was, with everything set up for me to succeed in the path I'd chosen, and yet I no longer wanted it. As terrifying as that is, that's what feels right to me in this moment. I'm still figuring out what's next for me, but I know now that the choices I'm making are more in alignment with what brings me joy. Three big questions guide me as I chart out a life to bring our systems back into balance. What are you good at? What work needs doing? And then what brings you joy? At the nexus of these, I believe, is a renewed sense of purpose. With that purpose, we are prepared to connect with others who refuse to settle with the status quo. Only then, we can start to strive towards a necessary healing of ourselves, our communities, and our greater society. Thank you all.
Thank you, Grace. It is my great privilege to introduce a man who needs no introduction, so I will give him none. President David Lebron, the 7th president of Rice University, now finishing his 17th year as Rice president. Please welcome President David Lebron.
Good evening, and welcome to the undergraduate class of 2020. And welcome to the parents, grandparents, siblings, relatives, and friends of these outstanding Rice graduates. Pardon me for a moment, but in the words of Emma, I need to capture this moment. Just a year ago, we celebrated your class in a completely online ceremony. We did what we could to engage you, but it certainly wasn't the same as the in-person ceremony in the academic quad that you had looked forward to. It is a true joy to welcome all of you here today, and we are so grateful that you have returned. As I thought about these remarks, I wondered how we should think about this ceremony tonight. I must admit that I was amazed to learn that about 500 students, more than half your class, had registered to attend. Is this a do-over to make up for the disappointment of last year? I suppose it is in part that, but it seems to me so much more. It is a statement of your relationship with each other and your relationship to Rice University. Perhaps more than any other class in our history, you, the class of 2020, have made a statement about what is important to you. You are not here because of inertia, and I suspect you are not here because your parents insisted on you being here. There may be a few of you who fall in that category. You have not simply hung around to graduate, but instead made an affirmative decision despite the difficulties of travel and your jobs and graduate programs to make the effort to be here. It's a statement that speaks loudly to all of us and most forcefully to your fellow owls about who you are as people and who we are as a university. Indeed, I want to acknowledge today the amazing role played by our students in keeping our campus safe and fostering community during a difficult time. We have come through this pandemic more successfully than most universities. And for the initial part of that time last year, we owe that in large part to you, the class of 2020. Thanks especially to Grace and other student leaders, the college presidents, and those of you who every day took on the responsibility to assure that on campus and online, we supported the success of our community. I would imagine that for most of you, your first year out of college, whether you are working, going to graduate school, or engaged in other endeavors and explorations, it has not been easy. Listening to the wonderful remarks of Grace and Emma tonight, I found them wise in the ways that sometimes a shorter time for looking back produces a more insightful perspective than my decades, which perhaps too often result in platitudes. Thus, I concluded it would be terribly presumptuous of me to tell the class of 2020 now what you should take out of this pandemic experience. So maybe my modest advice to the unique class of 2020, the only class to celebrate 2 commencements, is to try to both hear those emerging inner voices as you live your own experiences, and yet don't leave the perspective of your college years and the valuable relationships and connections behind. Stay in touch with each other and with your mentors here at Rice. Last year, at the virtual graduation, I reflected on the Spanish flu pandemic and its effect on Rice a century ago. I said, I believe because of your sacrifices and your determination to finish what you started and achieve your goals regardless of the hardships of that spring, you and Rice will come through this pandemic even stronger, more resilient, more knowledgeable, more grateful, more technically adept, more compassionate, more giving, and wiser than we were before. I hope that some of those things are proving true. The pandemic experience has indeed taught us many things. Perhaps one of those may be that graduations are better a year later, but I doubt we're going to decide to do that permanently. But perhaps we should invite the class of 2020 to come back for as many graduations as you would like. Or maybe you will just be more inclined to seize the opportunity of your reunions to celebrate regularly with each other both your experiences at Rice and what your experiences have been after Rice. And don't forget the good part of Zoom. I am now meeting regularly with my college and high school classmates, many of whom I hadn't seen in decades. Near the end of my remarks last year, I sympathized with you, observing, this was, we know, not the ending you envisioned. We very much hope today that today will serve as a kind of magic portal for you, not only perhaps taking you back to an ending more like the one you envisioned, but indeed as an energized step forward, a new beginning, a timely sense of renewal into a future that is more promising than the one you have been able to envision over this last year. Again, we are grateful beyond words that you have chosen to return to Rice to celebrate with us, to celebrate each other and your experience at Rice, and to celebrate the future and what you will be able to achieve, both for yourselves and for others. So I ask you, don't be shy tonight. I know that we have only a couple thousand people with us in this stadium tonight, but I want to hear that sense of return. I want to hear your voices. I want to hear the yelling and the screaming of your colleges and your classmates' names with the noise that rivals the cheering heard when Rice beat Texas here in 1994. Good start. We're grateful again for what you have contributed to Rice, and remain so very optimistic about what your futures hold for yourselves and for our world. Thank you and congratulations to the extraordinary class of 2020.
Thank you, President Lebron. At this time, we would like to recognize the winners of the Graham C. Stebbings College Service Award, the Student Association Outstanding Senior Awards, and the Rice University Service Awards. President Lebron will do the honors.
The Graham C. Stebbings College Service Award. This award is nominated by the college magisters and presidents and goes to a student who has made significant contributions to the residential college system at Rice. The winner from the class of 2020 is Hannah Ye-Yoon Park. The Student Association Outstanding Seniors Awards are given to graduating seniors who have demonstrated service, dedication, and character. Winners from the class of 2020 include Grace Wickerson, Christina Tan, Samar McGee, Jason Taylor, Gabby Falcon, Ariana Engels, Asim Utrankar, Luis Moreno, Smeet Madhani, and Kartika Thakur. The Rice University Service Award in memory of Dean Hugh Scott Cameron is given to individuals, past and present, who have rendered service to the student body. We have 4 winners from the class of 2020. They are Henry Baring, Mira Donnie, Julia Greenberg, Jacob Machia. Please join me in recognizing their service to Rice. The candidates for the various bachelor's degrees will be presented by Professor Bridget Gorman, Dean of Undergraduates, and by the magisters of the residential colleges.
Each year since 1916, Rice has presented and celebrated each degree recipient individually. Tonight, following that long-standing tradition, the candidates for the undergraduate bachelor's degrees will be announced, presented, and congratulated. By tradition, we will present the candidates one college at a time in order of the founding of the residential colleges. The names of the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Music from each college will be read by one of the magisters of the college. As the magister of each college approaches the lectern, I will ask the members of the audience associated with that college to rise and applaud the candidates. At this time, the marshals will assemble the degree recipients from Baker College. The magisters of Baker College are Professor Luis Duno Gottberg, Professor of Spanish, Portuguese, and Latin American Studies, and Miss Angela Duno. As Professor Duno Gottberg approaches the lectern, will the faculty, associates, alumni, parents, and friends of the degree candidates of Baker College please rise and applaud the candidates.
All persons except the candidates from Baker College will please be seated. James Alex Wagner, President, Baker College. Jing Heong An. Canon Manshabark Armistead. Liam Patrick Bonage. Madeleine Claire Boen. Yvonne Carrillo. Julia Helen Steele Kasparian. Nicolás Piña Damiani. Sarah Elena Dowing. William Ta Dong. Saad Amir Azan. Rebecca Joy Francis. Anna Jen Fritz. Jordan Lee Gear. Gabriela Cristina Gomez. Eliza Ashley Graham. Xieng Gu. Patrick Yong Hang. Emma Nicole Hannon. Tian Alice He. Jason Joshun Wang. John Luis Jeffcott. Erin Ann Kilbreed. Jesse Samuel Liebman. Willow Yashira Mann. Gregory Howard Martin. Ellie Henry Messing. Matthew Neal. Ashley Neguyen. Mario Pauchi. Emma Redford. Hung Ryan. Anum Saldana. Taylor Leanne Scott. David William Center. Catherine M. Simmers. Luis Stefan Schmidt. Kashmir Smith. Elise Joy Tan. Cody Trebing. Martha Angelica Verti. Ryan Wu. Tiger Wang. Congratulations, class of 2020. Usually here we say that we'll miss you, but we miss you already. Great success. Please be seated.
The Magisters of Will Rice College are Professor Matthew Bennett, Associate Professor of Biosciences, and Ms. Rebecca Bennett. As Professor Bennett approaches the lectern, will the faculty, associates, alumni, parents, and friends of the degree candidates of Will Rice College please rise and applaud the candidates.
Will all persons accept the candidates from Will Rice College please be seated? Former President of Will Rice College, Juliet Athena Richard. Jessica Alanis. Sophia Grace Amstutz. Matthew Joe Archibald. Tiffany Nadine Bauman. Sarmawit Belacho. Jonathan Brian Busquets. Nicole Marie Castiglione. Frederick David Cavallero. Orlando Nathaniel Cervantes Cantero. Yushen Cheng. Brandon Chow. Mustafa Mahmoud Al-Gamal. Nuraldin Yasser Al-Sanbati. Jose Martin Escalante. Omar Jesus Garcia. Santiago Garcia Acosta. Isabella Raquel Garza. William James Grimmy. Toby Hahn. Maya Pia Izard Hoyer. Kathleen Hu. Michelle Huang. Madeline Elizabeth Kendall. Jin Young Kim. Nicole Montgomery Kuntz. Jake Austin Lesher. Paris Kyrie Lewis. Smit Praful Matani. Leanne Margaret Vitcher Madenquill. Michael Enriquez Martinez. Andres Martinez Murillo. Ellen Marie McMullen. Ariana Marlene Napuralski. Toju James Okodi Ebo. Maya Prakash Pai. Ishan Patel. Mandy Kwan. Lane Anderson Riebling. Vincent Jeffrey Searcy. Luis Parsons Stevens. James Joseph Suffaletta. Anna Swan Taw. Jessica Marie Todd. Heather Song. Asim Samir Utrankar. Christopher King Walters. Karen Michelle Wood. Erica Zong. To the Will Rice College class of 2020, and on behalf of the entire A team, we love you more than you know, and we miss you dearly. Good luck, and please be seated.
The Magisters of Hanson College are Associate Professor Fabiola Lopez Duran, Associate Professor in Art History, and Mr. Carlos Martinez Rivera. As Associate Professor Duran approaches the lectern, will the faculty, associates, alumni, parents, and friends of the degree candidates of Hanson College please rise and applaud the candidates.
All persons except the candidates from Hanson College will please be seated. Landon Asher Maeve, former president of Hanson College. Smriti Ashok. Joseph Robert Baca. Elliot Balato. Kelvin Yaung Boateng. Patrick William Bring. Michael Eggers Burns. Jonathan Chapman. James Chen. Catherine Choi. Meredith Lee Church. Miranda Lindsay Cole. Brian Sol Collin. Kartik Goli. Abigail Hope Grayson. Madison Page Grimes. Jacob Masachi Jekshik. Lydia Wei Wang. Benjamin Thomas Lenners. Catherine Ann Neselek. Michelle Ming Swan Wing. Priya Niesgoda. Noor Osmani. Alison Rayleigh. Bharati Selman. Saloni Samir Cha. Megan Patricia Torti. Thailand Tonchara. Jessica Lee Wang. Alexander Lee Young. Suyeon Yoon. Chuang Joanna Jo. Congratulations, class of 2020. On behalf of the entire H team and the Hansen family at large, our heartfelt congratulations. Come back always. Please be seated.
The Magisters of Weiss College are Professor Andrew Schaefer, Noah Harding Chair and Professor in Computational and Applied Mathematics, and Professor Laura Schaefer, Burton J. and Ann M. McMurtry Professor in Mechanical Engineering. As Professor Schaefer approaches the lectern, will the faculty, associates, alumni, parents, and friends of the degree candidates of Weiss College please rise and applaud the candidates.
All persons except the candidates from Weiss College will now be seated. David Rao McDonald. Kritika Kumar. Snigdha Banda. Anna Catherine Barone. Caleb Jordan Brown. Sunny Chen. Zoe Christiana Clark. Raj Mirut Dalal. Jack Durier. Christopher Daniel Fragley. Patricia Maria Garcia Castaneres. Andrew Giorgio. Kevin Jaime Gonzalez. Sergio Mauricio Guerrero. Sophia Noel Hennings. Sarah Ann Ho. Yunjing Huang. Elizabeth Nicole Caspura. Alexander Zachary Kalai. Samanth Ravindra Kuramkote. Brandon Lim. Zirun Lin. Shashank Mahesh. Jacob Ray Mattia. Sage Catherine McAdams. Ashley Leticia McDonald. Jill Janesh Mehta. Ria Atul Metha. Erin Hope McKeska. Samuel Joshua Molina. Drew Austin Morales. Uzomo Onyekachi Osuji. Johanna Elizabeth Palomo. Nilan Patel. Kevin Lee Pung. Amanda Beatrice Perrozo Garcia. Ellery Sebastian Gist Pickens. William Patrick Porter. Blaine Matthew Schmidt. Arush Shaker. Sarah Silberman. Jordan Alexandra Sims. Shweta Sridhar. Carter McKean Taft. Jessica Giselle Tejas. Jack Laurent Trouvé. Shauri Vetsa. Cecilia Villanueva Boone. Emre Antonio Yurtbay. Class of 2020, we came in with you. It is an absolute honor to go out with you. We've missed you. We just cannot wait to see all the amazing things you're going to accomplish. You are always Weissman, and we will miss you always. Good luck in the future.
The Magisters of Jones College are Professor Jason Hafner, Professor of Physics and Astronomy, and Dr. Jennifer Trotter. As Professor Hafner approaches the lectern, will the faculty, associates, alumni, parents, and friends of the degree candidates of Jones College please rise and applaud the candidates.
All persons except the candidates from Jones College will please be seated. Kyle Chandler Barch, former president of Jones College. Tomas Arango. Naud Araya. Zachary Allen Archer. Carlos Daniel Arroyo. Hannah Jane Bablak. Rachel Barnes. Anna Celeste Biltz. Helen Ash Bonnyman. Patrick James Brady. Matthew Brem. Richard Bowie. Edgar Sedeno. Philip Joshua Chen. Racine Chowdhury. Savannah Ashley Kofer. Phoebe Ann Cox. Joseph Egan Essman. Chidera Alachi Izuma Igwe. Catherine Ray Gehring. Alexandra Egan Gonzalez. Siddharth Chowdhury Garantla. Sabrina Alexandra Hernandez. Kristen Lee Hickey. Azalech Hinton. Luke James Eiler. Maheen Kazar. Daniel Koh. Saipriya Lakshmi Amara. Tom Lay. Jennifer Chijan Lee. Jiahong Lee. Kelly Liang. Max Liu. Shihao Lu. Jacqueline Elizabeth Lorcano, Kira Mackenzie Lusher, Shabangi Mera, Allison Blythe Miller, Adrian Moga, Samuel Howland Morimoto, Shamai Marcel Mosley, Aster Renee O'Leary, Jose Manuel Pacheco Luna, Hannah Park, Trenton Olivier Roy, Anna K. Ceballos, Grace Sarah Templeton, Cassia Hope Torkson, Kelly Elizabeth Turner, Burial Uzman, Simran Kaur Virk, Christopher Roderberg Westgard, Mark Williams Laforet, and Tommy Yuan. Congratulations, class of 2020. We miss you, but we're glad we got this chance to be together. Keep winning and stay in touch.
The Magisters of Brown College are Professor B.J. Fregley, Professor and Separate Scholar in Cancer Research of Mechanical Engineering and Bioengineering, and Ms. Shirley Fregley. As Professor Fregley approaches the lectern, will the faculty, associates, alumni, parents, and friends of the degree candidates of Brown College please rise and applaud the candidates.
Will all persons except the candidates from Brown College please be seated? Former Brown College President Frances Marie Williamson. Adam Jeffrey Bender. Jared Amir Bashai. Sarah Elizabeth Bradford. John Brown. Rachel Christina Carlton. Angela Ann Ning Chin. Shungjun David Dangel. Jesse Feng. Robert Roland Foley. Caroline Frieders. Anusha Gandhi. Julissa Garcia. Gabrielle Andrea Humphrey. Zachary Benjamin Hutchings. Philip Arthur Jaffe. Nicole Oluwadurotimi Jayasimi. Hannah Kim. Robin Alex Maddox. Avantika Mahendra Babu. Sarah Lillianne Mason. Amina Mateen. Elisa Morales. Epan Sebastian Nelu-Vilil. Sarah Nowaski. Mitchell Angelo Reagan. Christina Rincon. Mackenzie Robeson. Joshua Rodriguez. Matthew Reed Rutherford. Samuel Mellis Tiki. Eric Enslin Voigt. Hannah Renee Whitney. Margaret Grace Wickerson. Kathy Yu. And Natalie Arabella Zur. Class of 2020, thank you so much for coming back. We're glad that we can celebrate with you. Congratulations, we love you all, and please come back and see us often.
The Magisters of Lubbock College are Professor Michael Gustin, Professor of Biosciences, and Ms. Denise Klein. As Professor Gustin approaches the lectern, will the faculty, associates, alumni, parents, and friends of the degree candidates of Lubbock College please rise and applaud the candidates.
David, you good to go?
But not on time.
All right. Will all persons except for the candidates from Lovett College please be seated? Anitha Otteretti. Colin Scott Allen. Richard Appel. Alexa Nicole Atkins. Henry Wallace Baring. Kendall Ray Bryce. Aaron Iman Cephas. Nikhil Chellam. Kayla Diane Cherry. Andrew James John Clifton. Grace Crandall Coleman. Bailey Reed Coville. Bibi Dom Kuen Dang. Mira Prashant Dani. Mario Roberto DeSteven. James Robert Donnelly. Grace Victoria Eric. Helen Fanta. Ariel Kayla Feldman. Jinghao Feng. Laura Nicole Goreab. Luke Eugene Hao Kerr. Chenlin Huang. Rose Madeline Kontorzik. Emily Selma Kleinberg. Sarah Elizabeth Lassiter. Ming Lei. Aubrey Barrett Lewis. Luis Alejandro Marquez. Joe Anthony Merchant. Joseph Emilio Mooner. Maximilian Belding Murdoch. Mohammed Hamza Rahim. Elizabeth Ann Rasich. Sarah Williams Rosenthal. Roberto Saldivar. Changsu Sun. Jai Sun. Jason Vance Taylor. Karthika Danish Tucker. Paulina Nok T. Trong. Kenneth Wong. Kevin C. Michael Beckham Young. Alessandra Victoria Armengol. Congratulations to Lovett Class of 2020. From the AL team, we love you all.
The Magisters of Sid Richardson College are Professor Michelle Achard, Professor of Linguistics, and Ms. Melanie Achard. As Professor Achard approaches the lectern, will the faculty, associates, alumni, parents, and friends of the degree candidates of Sid Richardson College please rise and applaud the candidates.
All persons except for the candidates of Sid Richardson College will please be seated. John James Ann. Carlos Fabian Orcedesa. Prakriti Alejandra Baraguela Lopez. Christina Maria Brown. Ryan P. Carlson. Allison Joyce Chang. Ria Anand Cholia. Jason Dennis. Jared Dunn. Trevor Edgerton. Chad Elliott Fisher. Corey Allen Fuller. Fernanda Orillo. Naomi Rose Levine Cass. Valerie Willens Cass. Deborah Kim. Erin Yurin Kim. Lee Fan Lee. Chai-Chin Liu, Andrew Kin Wei Lo, Jacob Walker Mandel, Jose Gustavo Martinez Negrete, Jason Mendez, Chainimilum Enujokwe Obajofor, Sydney Elizabeth Parks, Evan Paul Rebesque, Julia Elise Simpson, Sarah Luisa Smarty, Samantha Smith, Amanda Nicole Spitzer, Shin Young Soo, Kylie Ray Swikotowski, Leo Takagi, Tse Chi Tong, Laura Vargas Infante, Brenda Venegas, Isabella Monique Garnier Walken, Grant Matthew Wilkinson. Class of 2020, you're now citizens of the world. We love it, and when you come back to visit, best of luck. Please be seated.
The Magisters of Martell College are Professor Frank Tofoletto, Professor in Physics and Astronomy, and Ms. Carrie Tofoletto. As Professor Tofoletto approaches the lectern, will the faculty, associates, alumni, parents, and friends of the degree candidates of Martell College please rise and applaud the candidates.
All persons except the candidates from Martell College, please be seated. Hasnain A. Ali, Lucas Krishman Alamendra, Guillermo Ernesto Antman Ankman, Daniel Andrini, Elisa Arango, Christine Nicole Bellou, Arch Adam Beasley IV, Sarah Ellen Burton, Justin Best, Selassie Eunice Biachi, Solana Catherine Buchanan, Francis Jonathan Bunt, Brett Justin Cardwell, Janjin Chen, Eliana Casey Claremont, Christian Jacob Diaz, Nell L. Suri, Gabrielle Elise Falcon, Harper Brian Gillentine, Thomas Elliott Herring, Victoria Sunita Joshi, Noah James Kenna, Eleanor Ann Mix, Briley Finnegan Mullen, Adishi Nadi, Sanika Lane, Tana Christian Reese, Jacqueline Ann Richards, Peter Rizzi, Maria Paula Sanchez, Eric Lu Shi, Estifa P. Soni, Joshua Allen Sorge, Andrew C. Stefani, Ria Sir, Julia Maria Thumby, Alexander James Tobin, Min Duck To, Ann Min Tran, Selena Ho Tran,
Jennifer Wang. Matthew Gale Wester. Haoyu Xu. Susanna Elizabeth Jin-Mi Yao. Lin Yi Yin Yuk. Angel Song. Christina Grace Su. Macho Class of 2020, words cannot express how much you mean to Carrie and I. You will always be part of our special place of our hearts and our homes. Congratulations, all of you.
The Magisters of McMurtry College are Professor Margaret Beyer, Professor of Psychology, and Mr. Christopher Stickney. As Professor Beyer approaches the lectern, will the faculty associates, alumni, parents, and friends of the degree candidates of McMurtry College please rise and applaud the candidates.
All persons except the candidates from McMurtry College will please be seated. Joyce Chen, President of McMurtry College, Class of 2020. Miles Jordan Adams. Shrey Vardhan Agarwal. Temitopwe Bianca Alau. Jacqueline Georgia Alvarez. Alyssa Marie Alvis. Sierra Nicolette Beckstrom. Jacob Daniel Boy. Joshua Solomon Bachner. William Connor Brown. Matthew John Carey. Jane Whitla Klinger. Alicia Marie Cotto. Jacob Benjamin Engel. Alida del Carmen Fabrigo Gerbeau. Nicholas Freitas Falkenberg. David W. Gahn. Sarah Gao. Braulio Garcia. Elijah Garcia. Jennifer K. Gear. Marco Gutierrez. Elizabeth Hoffman. Gabrielle Elise Burrows Jackson. Justin Tae-Young Kang. Sue Kim. Amishala Gloria Quinoa. Stoyan Komitov. Raymond Lau. Dorina Whaley Kim. Bowen Liu. Lauren Seeing Lo. Oliver Lopez III. Grant Wei Liu. Rolando Marquez. Jenny Matar. Sanat Mehta. Devin Mers. Mitra Mirpur. Maishara Mukith. Deepa Krishna Muthusamy. Davis Vaughn Nelson. Jem F.A. Okshu. Kimberly Evelyn Olea Cervantes. Sahil Patel. Sachi Paul. Matthew Eric Perez. Samantha Rachel Quen. Julia Mary Riley. Jesse Laredo Roberts. Samuel Rossum. Benjamin Samuel Rubin. Sophia Marissa Rousseau. Caroline Rose Siegfried. Kayla Elizabeth Ann Smith. Raymond Chia. Rebecca Madeline Topper. Juan Rodrigo Trujillo. Paraksh Mahesh Vankawala. Zachary Joe Verne. Christine Yang. Osley Yilmaz. Amy Zhang. Haonan Peter Young. On behalf of the entire MIC team, congratulations, class of 2020. We cherish the memories we built at McMurtry. Go forth and continue doing excellent things that you've been doing. You're wonderful. Take care and keep in touch. Please be seated.
The Magisters of Duncan College are Professor Caleb McDaniel, Professor of History, and Ms. Brandy McDaniel. As Professor McDaniel approaches the lectern, will the faculty, associates, alumni, parents, and friends of the degree candidates of Duncan College please rise and applaud the candidates.
Will all persons, except for the candidates from Duncan College, please be seated. Rebecca Ann Artall. Haley Mia Chen. Sung Soo Cho. Julia Alicia Cortaguera. Jillian Culkin. Alyssa Rain Curry. Emily Margaret Dickinson. Susanna Elizabeth Dittmar. Mackenzie Marie Flanagan. Sophia Grace Jefferson. Shri Kumar Kale. Hannah Elizabeth Kaplan. Isabel Sky Kilroy. Jeffrey Tyler Kishiyama. Abigail Nicole Lawrence. Alexis Marie Lightburn. Alice Tianyi Liu. Noah Benjamin Massimore. Hannah Elizabeth Miller. Luis Moreno Nunez. Areli Navarro Magallon. Paul Novak. Juan Carlos Ochoa. Sean Miyazono Olsen. Jonathan Jungen Pong. Anthony Richard Perez. Bilal Rahman. York Rhodes IV. Maria Carolina Salazar. Akshaya Santanaraj. Shomik Sen. Hazel Shannon Shen. Jackson Jingli Stiles. Christina Tan. Maxine Tao. Candace Lillian Tat. Gabriel Thomas Tugenstein. Michael Aaron Vermeulen. Juliana Wong. Joel Thurston Webb. Xiao Xiao Shu. Judy Jingyi Shui. Class of 2020, on this historic night, you are a historic class, and we wish you renewed congratulations. Somos equipo, somos familia, siempre. Please be seated.
Will all the students please rise for the formal conferral of degrees? Upon the recommendation of the faculty, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Rice University, I confer upon those candidates whose names will appear on the registrar's official list the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Music and admit you to all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges appropriate to those degrees. Congratulations for the second time to the class of 2020. I extend our congratulations to the graduates, their families, friends, and guests. We wish all of you great success, and thank you for the contributions that you have made during your time at Rice. Once more, from all the stands, as loud as you can yell, our congratulations to this extraordinary class. Congratulations! Yay! That might have even rivaled the Super Bowl that was played here in 1974. Please rise now for the singing of Rice's alma mater. The words can be found in your program. A fireworks display will follow the singing of In Rice's honor, and following the fireworks display, we ask that the audience remain seated until the graduates have recessed up the ramp behind me. Thank you all again for coming back and being with us for this extraordinary event.
We'll be fighting on, Rice, for you.